Listen to me carefully. If you're hearing this, it's because deep down you know you're wasting your life. You feel it, don't you? That fire in your chest, that voice screaming you're meant for more, but you're not doing a damn thing about it. Every second you sit there, scrolling, waiting, another man is out there building the life you were supposed to have. This is your last chance. Wake up now, or spend the rest of your days watching stronger men take everything that could have been yours. This world doesn't give a damn about you. No one's coming to save you. No one's handing you a golden ticket to success. You're either a champion or a loser, and the only difference is the choices you make every single day. You sit there, scrolling, waiting for something to change, waiting for motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt. Wake up. Motivation is a lie. It's a weak man's drug, a fleeting emotion that disappears when the real work begins. Champions don't wake up feeling motivated every day. They wake up, they grind, they suffer, and they win. Every successful man you admire went through hell. You think they got lucky? No, they got up when they were exhausted. They worked when they didn't feel like it. They never let their emotions control them. Discipline beats motivation every single time. You want to be your own hero. Stop acting like a victim. You're not broke because of the economy. You're broke because you're lazy. You're not out of shape because of genetics. You're out of shape because you stuff your face with junk and skip the gym. You're not stuck in a miserable life because of bad luck. You're stuck because you refuse to take control. A hero doesn't sit around waiting for a miracle. A hero carves his own path. He looks at his situation, no matter how bad, and says, "This is on me, and I will fix it." Let me hit you with the cold, hard truth. Most people are too soft to handle this. There are two versions of you. One is the loser, sitting on the couch, making excuses, playing video games, dodging responsibility. The other is a machine, a warrior, a man who gets up every day and dominates life. Your worst enemy isn't society, the government, or your parents. Your worst enemy is the weak version of you. Every day, he's beating you. While you're hesitating, he's slacking. While you're making excuses, he's giving up. While you're afraid of failing, he's out there winning. Ask yourself this. If you met the strongest, most disciplined, most successful version of yourself today, would he respect you? Or would he look at you with disgust? The truth hurts, and most people can't handle it. They want to be coddled. They want to hear it's okay, that life is hard, that they're doing their best. That's why they fail. That's why they never achieve anything great. Comfort is the enemy of success, and most of you are addicted to it. You say you want to be rich. You say you want success. Then act like it. Winners do what they must, not what they feel like. They don't skip workouts because they're tired. They don't slack off because they're not in the mood. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. The biggest lie you've been fed is that success is for the lucky or the talented. That's an excuse weak men use to justify their failure. Success is taken by force. It's earned through sacrifice, discipline, and obsession. Let me tell you about a man who had nothing. No money, no connections, no hope. He woke up every morning to a miserable reality, a tiny apartment, bills he couldn't pay, a body he was ashamed of. His friends were losers, wasting their lives getting drunk, playing video games, living for the weekend. For years, he told himself the same pathetic lie that keeps most men weak. One day, things will get better. One day he'd hit the gym, one day he'd start that business, one day he'd become the man he dreamed of being, but one day never came. He stayed stuck, watching others rise while he sat on the sidelines doing nothing. Then one night, something snapped. He was in his dark, depressing apartment, scrolling through social media, seeing men his age driving supercars, traveling the world, living like kings. At first, he did what losers do. He got bitter. He told himself they were born lucky, that they had rich parents, that life was unfair. But then, a thought hit him like a punch to the face. What if it's not luck? What if they just worked harder than me? What if the only difference between me and them is that they refuse to be weak? That thought burned in his mind. It haunted him because he knew the truth. He was wasting his life. That night, he made a decision, a real one, not some empty promise he'd forget in a week. He looked in the mirror, stared into his own eyes, and swore, "I will never be this weak, pathetic version of myself again." From that moment, everything changed. He killed the old version of himself. The man who made excuses, dead. The man who hit snooze, gone. The man who feared failure and settled for less, buried. He became his own hero. He woke up before the sun. He trained harder than anyone he knew. He cut every toxic person out of his life. He burned his past to the ground and built himself from the ashes. Months later, years later, the world didn't recognize him. His friends, his family, his old co-workers, they were shocked. He wasn't just successful. He wasn't just rich. He wasn't just powerful. He was unstoppable. This isn't just a story. It's your story. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can keep lying to yourself, keep making excuses, keep watching life pass you by. Or you can make the decision that changes everything. Time is running out. Every second that passes, you're either building your empire or digging your grave. Right now, as you sit here, another man, your competition, is taking action while you hesitate. He's waking up earlier, pushing harder, making the choices you refuse to make. One day, you'll meet him. Maybe in business, maybe in the gym, maybe in a moment when it really matters. And when that moment comes, he will crush you. Not because he's luckier, not because he's more talented, but because he made the decision to be unstoppable. You'll be left with regret. Regret is the most painful thing a man can feel. It'll eat you alive. It'll haunt you when you close your eyes at night, whispering in your ear at your lowest moments. You had the chance. You could have been great, but you were too weak. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care that you were tired, that you didn't feel like it, that life got in the way. The world only respects results. Right now, you are the youngest you'll ever be. Your body is getting older, your energy is fading, and every day you wake up is a day you'll never get back. One day, you'll look in the mirror and see a weak, broken version of yourself staring back. A man who had every opportunity to rise but chose to stay down. That moment is hell on earth. You need to feel this fear. Let it burn into your soul. Fear isn't your enemy, it's your weapon. Every time you feel lazy, every time you want to skip the hard work, every time you think about quitting, remember this moment. Imagine your future self drowning in regret, wishing he could go back and do it all differently. You still have time, but not much. There's an urgency to greatness that most people ignore. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. It's a trick your mind plays to keep you weak. Real men know opportunities don't wait. You either grab them or someone else will. This is where dominance comes in. Weak men let life happen to them. They sit on the sidelines, hoping for change, watching stronger men take what they want. But real men dominate. They take control. They make the world bend to their will. From this moment forward, you must walk into every room like you own it. Make every decision with absolute certainty. Move through life with an iron mind, an unstoppable presence, an unshakable belief in your own power. The moment you hesitate, the moment you second guess, the moment you let fear control you instead of fuel you, you lose. So, are you going to be the man who dominates or the man who watches? This world doesn't reward the weak. It rewards the ruthless, the relentless. Let's talk about fear. Not the childish kind, but the real kind that eats men alive from the inside. The kind that whispers when you're alone, when you're failing, when you're falling behind. That fear is real, and it should terrify you. Every second that passes, another man is getting stronger, outworking you, outthinking you, outmaneuvering you. Right now, someone is stealing the life that could have been yours because he's willing to do what you won't. When you skip the gym, when you let distractions pull you away, when you take the easy way out, someone else is doing the opposite. They're putting in the work you refuse to do. And when the moment comes to prove yourself, you'll lose. Not because they're better, but because you let fear control you. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Here's the truth, fear never goes away. The difference between weak men and strong men: weak men run from fear, strong men use it as fuel. Picture this, you're on your deathbed, looking back at your life, realizing you wasted your best years. You had the energy, the time, the ability, but you squandered it. That's regret, and it's worse than failure. Failure means you tried. Regret means you did nothing. Nothing is unacceptable. Urgency is everything. You don't have time to wait. Every moment wasted is a moment stolen from your future. Every excuse you make is a brick in the prison you're building for yourself. How many more days are you going to waste? How many times will you say, "I'll start tomorrow"? Tomorrow is a coward's word. There is only now. Now is when you change. Now is when you rise. Now is when you become the man you were meant to be. Most men fail because they react instead of control. They let the world dictate their fate instead of bending it to their will. You were not born to be weak. You were not born to be average. You were born to conquer. Stop apologizing. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting. The world belongs to the men who take it. Are you going to take what's yours or let someone else steal it? There are only two types of men, the ones who dominate and the ones who are forgotten. Enough waiting. Enough hesitating. Enough being weak. You think life will slow down for you, hold your hand and say, "Take your time." No, life is a battlefield, and every day you waste, you're getting eaten alive. What the hell are you waiting for? Every second that ticks away is a second you'll never get back. Right now, your competition is working, grinding, bleeding for the life that could have been yours. He's pushing through the pain you ran from. He's building the empire you were too lazy to claim. One day, you'll meet him and he'll destroy you. Not because he's better, but because he refused to be weak while you were scrolling, sleeping in, avoiding the work. You need to develop a violent, ruthless hatred for your own weakness. That voice in your head that says it's okay to skip today, kill it. That urge to stay in your comfort zone, crush it. Weakness is a disease, and if you don't rip it out of your soul, it will spread. The greats didn't become great by accident. They woke up and went to war against their doubts, their fears, their own weakness. They won because they refused to bow, refused to break, refused to be anything less than unstoppable. That's the level you need to reach. A level where nothing can shake you, where failure doesn't stop you, where pain doesn't slow you down. A level where you look at the world and say, "I will take everything I want, and nothing will stand in my way." No mercy, no limits, no excuses. Are you ready to be that man, or are you going to let another day slip by while someone else takes what's yours? I've given you the truth. I've given you the blueprint. I've ripped apart every excuse you've ever told yourself. Now, there's only one thing left, action. But most of you won't do a damn thing. You'll nod, feel inspired for a few minutes, then go right back to being weak. Right back to scrolling, sleeping in, running from the work. That's why you're losing, so here's my challenge. Prove me wrong. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, stand up, look in the mirror, and tell yourself, "I am done being weak." Then act like it. Do 100 push-ups, run 5 miles, throw every piece of junk food in your house in the trash. Delete the distractions stealing your time. Cut out the people keeping you weak. Make the decision right now to become the man you were meant to be. This is the moment, the fork in the road where you either step up and change your life forever or stay where you are, watching another day slip through your fingers. If you choose the second path, stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you want success. Stop saying you want to be great. Greatness requires sacrifice, and if you're not willing to pay the price, you don't deserve the reward. 1 year from now, you'll either look back on this moment with pride or with regret. No more talking, no more thinking, no more waiting. The man you want to be, the life you want to live, it's right there. Fight for it. Suffer for it. Because if you don't, if you hesitate, if you let fear and weakness win, you'll regret it forever. Ask yourself one last time, are you going to be the hero of your own story, or just another forgotten name? A man who had potential but was too weak to use it. The choice is yours. It always has been.